Alright, so now we're going to look at Booleans. So let's start a new scene. Let's jump into Z. And let's go into our edit mode. So we now can start looking at shape as a tool with Booleans. So I'm going to insert my edge loops. Like that. I'm going to go into X-ray mode so I can highlight all of these going all the way, because this is a box that looks like this right now. Okay, jump back into Z. I'll grab this single vertice or vertex that goes all the way down, so it's many. I'll just raise that up. Now grab these, raise that up, these, raise that up, these, raise that up. I'll give it kind of a little of a, maybe a cathedral type of look. And if I want to change that around, let's say, click that, scale these in. So basically I got something that looks like this. I don't like that, so I'm going to strengthen that. Cool, like it. Alright, so now grab all of it and then squish it down. If you ever want to flatten out something, let's say all these need to be absolutely flat, go out of X-ray mode and then grab all the faces on the front. Again, that is select linked flat faces. And just go like this, scale and Z a few times, and what that'll do is flatten out everything. So you'll see me do that a lot. Select linked flat faces, a little negative scale, and boom, they're all nice and flat. Alright, sweet. So now I got this thing. Let's add it to a cube. Let's go mesh, let's go to object mode, then add mesh cube. Okay, let's stand this up. We'll scale this up first. We'll pretend this is a wall, and we're going to pretend this is a window. Okay, again, N on the keyboard to kind of rotate that perfectly. Alright, that would be a sweet window, wouldn't it? Be really interesting. Let's scale it thick. So you can get very inventive with Booleans. Let's just make this shape cut into this box. Okay, let's take this box, and we're going to look at our ability to make a modifier. Okay, we're going to cover another modifier here in a second too. So the first modifier that we're going to be building is Boolean, and I'm going to take this shape, which is called cube, and then select it cube. So it doesn't look like it did much, but if you go into X-ray mode, you can see it cut into the geometry. And now to apply that, you just hit this little down arrow and hit apply. So now when you pull this away, you now have this. It's kind of hard to see, especially in that view. And really in that view. But it is that cut there. Nice. So light, if you get into this mode right here, okay, and you can move this little light source, you can see a little bit better what that looks like. Alright, cool. So now that's a one-stage Boolean, and you can get into a bunch of stages. I'll show you another way you can do this, is let's say rotate this one. Do it on another side. So this time rotate it 90 degrees. Bring it to this side. This time I'm going to duplicate it, Shift D to duplicate. And I'm going to scale it down a little bit. So this first one, we're going to add it this time. So we go to box. This one's called cube still. This one, we go to modifier Boolean. We go union this time. And choose cube. And then apply it. We get this one out of the way and see what it did. It added it to it. So now we take the littler one, bring that in there. This one is called this. This is called cube 2. So we just go into Boolean, cube 2, go difference, apply it. And what that did is now it cut into it. So now not only do we have a cut into the geometry, but we have this little shelf going around it. So Booleans are super powerful with 3D print because the geometry doesn't really matter. One thing that you should do is kind of look at it under tab. You're going to be able to toggle this and go into viewport display, and you're going to be able to toggle wireframe, and that'll show you the geometry. Alright, so that is Booleans. Now let's go into another modifier that we're going to need for the assignment.